how to be successful, but also stay connected with your family at the same time. Because, well, we're going to get into it. We'll get into it. If you're watching on the YouTubes, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. Reason why, you guys, is because you can win stuff, right? You can win things. I mean, it's cool to watch videos and like to get amped up and to get motivated for your day and to really get your singular focus for what you're here on the planet to do, and then the confidence to be able to move forward and do that, right? So that's awesome. So there's a win already. So everybody already wins. There's that. Now, second, somebody's going to win something else. So every week I pick somebody that is all of these things. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, comments on the YouTube videos, and then also shares the YouTube videos and tags me in it whenever they share them so I can see, right? And that is how one person every week wins. What I'm going to ask you to do for the next few minutes is to live with me in my world, okay? What we've thought about business up until now, up until today maybe, if you've been in my stuff before, it's going to be before today. You've already had a change and a shift in your thinking, because you can't be in my stuff and not have a shift in your thinking, right? Because I think differently and I project that. So, but let's talk about that right now. Up until maybe today, business has looked like something separate from family and something separate from everything, quite frankly. A lot of times, like one of my mentors in the last mastermind, he said, I'm not looking for work-life balance. I'm looking for work-life experience. A work-life experience. What's the experience that I'm looking for? Now, I get that. Let me also maybe give you a different kind of perspective for the way that I do things. Business has always felt separate. So people start a business and then they're working on their business over here, and then I need to have balance, so I need to make sure I'm making time for my family, and then making time for my friends, making time for my spiritual life, making time for my health. All of these things become categories instead of an all-over experience. Let's suspend disbelief just for a minute and live with me in my world. What if business and family and life are the same thing? What if the balance can be struck because it's literally all the same thing? So the way that I live in my world, and anybody can do this, is my business and the way that I give back to the world is a way that my whole family gives back to the world, right? We all show up. And it's not like we're all working. It's that we show up, and this is what a personal brand is about, guys. Like if you're thinking of like, okay, what's the term for this thing? This is a personal brand. And so this is what I teach you guys to do in HBR, in case you're like, what does she do anyway? I teach you how to be able to grow profitable personal brands from home. What I'm talking about here is if you're growing a personal brand, and if you're working a personal brand here, then it should not be aside from your life. So you shouldn't ever have the feeling that I'm working on this thing is separate, and then I can go spend time over here. It's like I'm working on this thing and then insert family into this thing. That's how it goes. The only time that my daughter is ever like without mom, the only time that is like if I'm doing a group coaching or if I'm doing a video, which in the overall scheme of things is 3 hours a week, 12 hours a month. She's not without mom for 40 or 80 hours a week. She's without mom for a couple hours, which really, typically, she's off doing something else and doesn't really give a rip anyway, right? Like she's off at the park, or she's swimming, or she's doing something else anyway. So she's not even really like feeling like she's missing out on mom. Mom's making use of her time to be able to do other things, and then Nora gets to do her own stuff, right? You guys, this is how we create a life where you can have a successful business and the connection with your family. And I'm just going to add some more ands on top of that. And a healthy lifestyle and a good relationship with your spouse or your significant other, and a good spiritual life, all of these things holistically combined create, in my opinion, the perfect ministry and the perfect life. In my opinion, I'm not going to should all over somebody. I'm not going to say, well, you should do this and you should do that. I'm not going to do that to you. But I'm going to say, in my opinion and in my own understanding and what I've gone through in my own life, this is the life to be living. Because this isn't about, well, let me do this, and then like, oh my gosh, my relationships are totally going to poop over here, right? And then like, oh my gosh, I haven't even seen my husband in like days. No, like we see each other all the time. And not only do we see each other, you guys, what we focus on is making the world a better place together. Tell me that isn't something that is a singular glue, like a unifying focus for a family. Tell me that isn't the perfect thing. That you don't have all family members thinking through the filter of how can we make the world better? How can we show up better? How can we help the people around us more? Tell me that that isn't precisely what we're here for. Do you hear what I'm saying? It was never about compartmentalization. It was about integration and immersion, right? You guys, if it's our job to show up different, then we got to show up different. We got to be unapologetic in showing up different. I'm unapologetic with running a family brand. I'm unapologetic. I'm not going to say like, I'm less than this person because I run a family brand and I'm not a Fortune 100 company, even though I have like other people around me that are like, Martha, you need to turn this into a massive corporation and da 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 da. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to. My life is my ministry. Your life is your ministry. Don't let somebody else should all over you and tell you you need to be doing all of these things. Instead, what you do is you say, listen, here's where my family exists. This is what we care about. This is what we love. You guys, my action step for you today is to sit around the kitchen table tonight with your kids. I don't care how old they are. Have a conversation about what matters to you and how you want to affect the world around you. Have that conversation. Let their little minds filter that information. Let them take ownership in changing communities around them. Start now. The more we pop up and we show up in the world, nothing can stop us. And the positive change that we bring, nothing can stop us. Do you guys hear what I'm saying to you? I'm using some ambiguous terms, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to sit different. It will fall different on everyone's hearts. But how does it fall on your heart? Because you got to feel, I'm feeling like a bubbling up. I can't imagine that you're watching me right now and not feeling like the Holy Spirit working in you. You cannot be watching me right now and not be moved. So what are you being moved to do? What is it? If you want to put it in the comments, put it in the comments. What is the thing that you want to do? We are being groomed. We are being polished to do this, and not just do this, but do this well. We can't do it wrong. We get better every day, but we got to do it, right? So action item today is to sit around the table with your family and to talk about how you want to change the world in the capacity of where you are right now. Let's let our families, let's let our entire family understand that they have impact, that we have impact, that you have impact. If you are not yet in HBR, which is Home-Based Revolution, and I did not accidentally pick that name, It is a revolution. It's a revolution of our minds. It's a revolution of our hearts. It's a revolution of our missions and our ministries. You need to get in so we can get you going. Okay? The longer you wait, you're deferring your own impact in the world. You guys, time is the only thing we can never get back. If you're feeling it today, you need to do it today. Let's go. All right? Let's do this. What you do is you message my Facebook business page, Livin the Dream with Martha. You message me the words case study, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want to message me. We'll go through a couple questions. I'll give you the details of the program and you'll be in or out. Either way is completely up to you, and I'm not going to get weird about it. I'm not going to chase you around the internet. I'm not going to message you. If you want to come in, that's awesome, and I'm here to help you. If you don't want to, no big deal, but do understand you'll be back in 6 months. And then you'll say, I wish I did this before, because that's what happens. I love it. That's what happens. I see it all the time. So anyway, we slice it. It's half off today, okay?